tent, TNSA tent. Next to that is the judges and commentary. And next to that is your media. And right next to it is where your beach marshal is going to be with all the equipment. So before the race, please make sure, I believe everyone has been assigned your board, individual boards. So please make sure you check in with the beach marshal, collect your board, and be ready to enter the competition area. Please keep an eye out on the WhatsApp group for announcements. It's the easiest way for us to communicate with everyone. We'll also be making announcements on the mic, so please listen. Like I said, schedule is subject to change. We try our best to make sure that doesn't happen, but in uncontrollable situations, we might have to, so please listen out for announcements. We are live on YouTube. First time ever the SUP event, in the national level SUP event in India, is live on YouTube. The link has been circulated. Please share it with all your friends, your family, your supporters. It'd be great to see some of their comments and encouragement. I am Nawaz, your race director, as you see on my cap. Thank you guys. I'm so excited. It looks like a fantastic event in store for us. Weather looks good. I hope it stays clear. And I hand over to retired Commander ML Sharma sir, who's going to go through you all familiar with him. He's going to go through the course and some of the safety guidelines. Thank you guys.
Is on? Good morning everybody. No sound has not come loudly. Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is this side? This side?
That's it.
No, I'm asking.
Oh, sorry.
This side? This side? Sri Lanka. Good, correct. Sri Lanka is this side, so I think Sri Lanka people should be able to listen your voice. Good morning everybody. Good morning. Very good. Like that. Okay, my introduction has already been done by Mr. Nawaz, race director. I am retired Commander ML Sharma. I am National Race Officer and also National Measurer for the sailboats. In our country, 7,500 kilometers of coastline is there, but it is hardly used for our aqua activities like sailing, SUP and other aqua activities, sports are there, but hardly it is used. If you go to European country, small country like Italy and all, you will find thousands of boats, but here hardly hundreds of boats you will find in full India. And our population is, I think, more than China now. We should be having, I think, more than our population, we should have boats on the water. Okay, anyway, now I will start the briefing. Rules, ISA Rule 2024 will apply for this event. Notice to the competitor, we have already created one group. Group is that WhatsApp group that is called Athletes Palkbay SUP Challenge 2024. How many of you are added to the group? Just raise hand. Okay, those who are not added, please just approach to race director or his helper is sitting there. So they will add you in that group. Otherwise, tell your club senior members. I think they are already added. They can also add you. So all the notice, whatever notice are there, we will just display on this official chat group. The scheduled time of the start signal today is 10 o'clock. So 9:55 race director will make announcement 5 minutes for that whatever was there. Racers to the line, that will be 9:55 today for the first race, the 200 meters sprint. And thereafter when 1 minute will be left, from there one red tent is there. I will be standing near the red tent. As you start coming close to the start line, I will go in my about waist deep water and I will be standing in water. From there I will make announcement. Racers ready means it is 1 minute. That time what I will do, already one green flag is there in water. Already it is displayed. Another green flag I will display like this. Means it is 1 minute is left. Then I may not give countdown because ISC rule doesn't say that I have to give countdown. But we will try our best to give countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now my flag goes down. Then race starts. Whistle will be also blown by me. So whistle will be there and this flag will go down. If I count like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. At 1 don't cross, because still 1 second is left. Most of the people, what they think that now 1 means just cross. Still 1 second is left. So you have to wait till the time the flag goes down. So please just keep in mind, otherwise that bib number will be noted like this, 16 or 15 or 72, and disqualified. The first mistake by individual, I will do the general recall, means everybody I will just raise the this red flag like this with repetitive whistle. Means race is cancelled, you have to again go beyond the start line, below the start line. Then again I will start 1 minute countdown with the green flag, red will come down and green will go up. Again 1 minute, then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, flag goes down, then race starts. In case that time also somebody crosses before my green flag, if I happen to note down, okay, these two people, 102 and 72 cross before, they are disqualified. There is no general recall for that. Nothing. Because I have seen 2 people have crossed, numbers are here with me. I will just note down. And I will tell the race director, this side at the finish line, that's 2 people have crossed before the start, this thing signal, and they have to be disqualified. So that will be the pattern for every, whether it is water start or this beach start. Same pattern will be followed. Today is 10 o'clock, means 9:55, that 5-minute announcement will be there, and tomorrow it is 8 o'clock, because tomorrow distance and technical races are there, so we will be starting at 8 o'clock tomorrow. So please see the schedule and come as per schedule. Well in time you should be here. Okay, race area is here only in front of you, and I have given diagram also in this race instructions. Now course I will explain. Course. Now course for that sprint is already in front of you, so I have not put in on the board. So the start line is there. Green flag is towards the beach, and the red cylindrical mark is on the outer side. That is the start line. So you have to remain below the start line till that green flag goes down. After the green flag goes down, then only you should cross and start the race. And finish line is here, this checkered flag and also that cylindrical mark. This is the finish line. And how finish will be counted already covered by the race director. Now race course for 2 kilometers. Just listen carefully. Now we have not led that course. We will lay out during lunchtime, because today afternoon the technical and distance race and all that will be starting, heats and all. So we will lay out the course during lunchtime. But now the same representation of that course is on the board. So I will explain now. Now this course of 2 kilometers and 4 kilometers is up to here. Up to here. Can you see this side? So beach start will be there for 2 kilometers, 4 kilometers and also 12 kilometers. Start is here, the barricade you can see, this is the start line. We will put one red rope. Your leg should be on the red rope with your paddle in hand. With your paddle in hand. And board also. They will be holding board also in hand or? For the start. So your board, paddle, and your leg should be one leg, whether you are left-hander or right-hander, whatever that is your wish, one leg should be on that rope, red rope. That is the start line. So this is the start line. So you have to start and go to one triangular, that samosa mark. You can see that conical mark, red color. That we will be putting in water later on. So that mark you have to keep on starboard side for 4 kilometers and 2 kilometers. Starboard means your right side. You have to leave that mark on the right side. Go to mark 2. Mark 2 again we will put somewhere here only. White cylindrical mark. Those are being inflated here only somewhere. Okay, they have taken for inflating. Okay, already they are inflating that side. So that white mark will be here. You have to leave it on the port side. So mark 2, white color mark, you have to leave on the port side. Again one triangular, that conical mark will be somewhere there. Again you have to go and keep it on the starboard side. Then again we will have this type of red mark, same cylindrical, but place may be slightly left or right. That mark you have to keep again on starboard side, that is the mark number 4. Then go directly to the mark 6, not 5. 5 you can leave on port or starboard while going this side, because now second round started, one round is completed, so 1 kilometer is over. Now second kilometer starts from here. If it is 2 kilometers, so you have to go to 6. Mark 6 will be same like this only, somewhere little this side. So that also you have to keep on the starboard side, right side. Again go to mark 1, keep on the starboard side, same mark 1 is that samosa mark, red color. Again white mark, keep it on the port side. So this blue line is showing second round. Then go to 4, keep it on the starboard side. Then in case it is 2 kilometer, then here this mark 5, now it is relevant. You have to leave somewhere here only, we will put in line with center of this finish line and start line, somewhere here. Maybe 50 meter from the shore we will put that white mark. So this mark number 5 you have to leave on the port side. You can't come and finish like this or from somewhere else. You have to leave it on the port side and finish here. So again how you will finish, already race director has already covered that. Leave the board on the water and you can just run with your paddle in hand, chest will be counted for finish. So for finish, the finish line will be manned by the finishers. In case it is 4 kilometers, I have explained only 2 kilometers. This side we will put one white mark somewhere there, about 2 kilometers from here, and 1 kilometer from there this side we will put again one white mark. So all these 3 mark are white mark, 1, 2 and 3 all will be white mark for distance race, all white. So now pattern will be like this. Start, keep it on the port side, this mark 1 for beach start will be there. Start from here only. Again same pattern for the start, same like this 2 kilometer and 4 kilometer pattern is same. Keep your leg on that red line and again count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now green flag will go down and you will start the race. So this white mark will be somewhere here 50 meters. That mark you have to leave on the port side and go to mark 2, which is 1 kilometer, which will be 1 kilometer from here this side west. Leave it on the starboard side, on to your right, without touching. You should not touch any mark. If you do wrong, like this rounding you do, means there only you are disqualified. Boats will be there, they will keep noting down who is doing correctly, who is doing wrong. So if you, instead of right rounding, if you do left rounding, you are disqualified there only. No. Allowed. I think touching But you should not hang on the boya. Okay. So while turning, you can touch, but you cannot hold and hang on the boya. So please keep in mind, you can touch, no problem, your board is touching or your body is touching, but you cannot hang on the boya. Just your board is just hanging and not moving behind or forward or anywhere, and you have become obstruction for others. Then that will cause a disqualification. Just keep in mind. Okay, so first round starts like this. Then go to mark 3. Again, while coming, you can come this side of white mark or this side of white mark. Now it is not relevant. Any side you can leave now. Only during start you have to keep on the port side. And when you come for finish, you have to keep on again port side. So during start and finish only this mark is relevant. Otherwise this mark is irrelevant when you go this side or come this side. From that mark to this mark, no problem. You want to remain very close to the shore. This line also you can come like this and go continue, but then again you have to go and take round. Same way when you are coming very close to the shore line, again you have to mark. So that is the procedure. So 2 rounds you have to make. So 1 round make 3 kilometer 3 kilometer plus 1, so 3 6. So 1 round makes 6 kilometers. So 2 rounds you have to make, so it will be 12 kilometers from start to finish. So that is the procedure for distance race. So any doubt in distance race course? Anybody? Distance race? Okay. So that will be the race course. Now I will just go through some more points. I am coming. To that point I am coming. Okay. In case like some race is going on and you have finished, you cannot block and keep sailing or just paddling in front of that finish line, or during start line your race is next behind, one race is already about to start and you are next in the line. You cannot become obstruction in the race area after the finish line and also near the start line. If I note down, okay, 76, he is not part of the race but he has obstructed, I will tell race director that so and so has obstructed this race, he is not part of this race, he is part of next race. So that person will be disqualified. So please ensure that when races are on this race area and also beyond the finish line at least 50 meter and 50 meter before the start line, nobody should be there if you are not part of that race. Okay, suppose because of some reason sound that countdown has not happened, but you have to look for that green flag will go down. I will try my best, I will give the countdown, but because of some reason, okay, I was on radio and replying something and by the time it was 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and I put the flag down. So you have to look for the visual signal. Visual signal. Please, voice signal, just disregard, you have to see the visual signal. And that voice signal suppose not made should not be point for protest. Okay, suppose sprint race started, the first finisher has finished at 10:02. Suppose 10 o'clock I have started, in 2 minutes he has finished 10:02. The finisher, they will wait up to 10:05. 3 minutes is given for other people to finish. Within 3 minutes you have to finish the race, otherwise you will be scored did not finish. Did not finish. That will be your scoring. Means he has not finished the race. So within 3 minutes of the first finisher you have to finish the race in the sprint, 200 meter. Suppose it is 2 kilometer and 4 kilometer. Then 15-minute window is there. Within 15 minutes of the first finisher you should finish the race, otherwise you will be scored did not finish. Then it is distance 12 kilometer, 30-minute window is given. Suppose first finisher is finishing now, suppose it is 10 o'clock So we will wait up to 10:30. Whoever finishes, they will be given their position. Thereafter, everybody will be scored. Did not finish. So that is the procedure. Penalty system, again, ISA rule, whatever penalty system is there, that will be followed. Now, suppose you fall during paddling and all. So 5 stroke to get back onto the feet and stand. 5 stroke required. So you can give 5 stroke by sitting also, but then you have to get up within 5 stroke and again stand on the board and start paddling while standing only, not sitting. Use of leash is compulsory. Compulsory. Whether you tie, I think waist also permitted, waist or leg. You have to tie either on your waist, otherwise leg. If anybody is found during the start line also, I will not tell you individually. I will tell the finishers, finish line, and race director so and so is not having leash. He will be disqualified. I will tell 72 or 35 without leash is coming, he or she, disqualified. Then using foul language, unsportsmanlike conduct during the event, like abusing the race official or fellow participants, not allowed at all. If any official happen to listen those kind of false language or this unsportsmanlike conduct, we will just note down the bib number and then accordingly penalty may be imposed. No problem. They will keep doing their work. Okay, protest and appeal. Check. Protest and appeal. Now protest form will be available with the race director in case somebody wants to fill up. Beach master and race officials, they will be there only. You can just approach to the beach master for any kind of protest form if you need. And in case like at finish, you feel that I have finished 5th, but I was water, only board has crossed, you have not crossed. So that is very important. Okay, I am repeating. At finish line, just before finish, suppose you are on board, you are paddling at finish line, the nose of your board has not crossed the finish line, but before that, just before that, you have fallen down. So that finish will not be counted. You have to again take your board back below the finish line, again go on the board, stand, then finish. That finish will be counted. That's what I have told. In case like something happened on the water, you are paddling, some cramp or something has happened, you can just retire. You can just come out of that race area. You can inform the beach master or the race director that I am retiring from this particular race. For next race, you can be ready. But for that race, don't become obstruction for us, because other races will be starting shortly. So you can retire, come outside, and by walk you can come this side and tell beach master that I am retiring from that particular race. In case you are not going for that particular race, again you have to inform. That was retirement. But suppose you are going for race, out of 10 were supposed to come to the start line to me, but only 8 have come. Now here beach master doesn't know. He is also searching you. If you are around here and if you are not going, you should tell beach master that for this race I am not okay, I will not go, or my board is not there, or some problem is there, I am not going for that race. So at least we are prepared. 8 people have come, I will give start to the 8. So that part you have to inform that also. Equipment, whatever equipment you have brought, you have to use that only. You cannot keep changing for every race. That this race I am using this board, next race I will use another board or another pedal. Whichever board or pedal you are using for the first race till end of the event, you have to keep using only same. Okay. Whatever you have registered. No, then you have to register all the 3. You have to register all the 3. If you have brought 3 pedals, all 3 pedal, please register. No, let them register. Suppose. So board also, suppose you have brought 2 or 3, please register. That so-and-so race I am using this, so-and-so race I will use that. Now trash disposal. This area is totally clean, beach is clean, everything surrounding is clean. Please maintain it in the same way. So many places we have placed the dustbin. Please use the dustbin. On water also, if you are carrying the water bottle, please don't throw in water. You have to carry it back again, bring it back and put in the dustbin. So that is important point. Now disclaimer of liabilities. This water sport, any kind of water sport, these have their inherent hazard. Inherent hazard means these are dangerous activities. So if you are not okay, nobody is forcing you that you go and participate in this event. That is your wish, totally individual wish, whether they go for the participation or no. So if you are not okay, please tell the beach master that I am not going for this particular race. So that is your responsibility to decide whether you are participating or not. So that's all from my side. I have completed. Any point for the race officials you want to clarify about the sequence of start, about the race course, all the 3 race course I have explained clearly. Any other point from anybody? Okay, thank you. 9:55 announcement will be there from the race director. Okay, I hand you over to race director.
Thank you so much, sir. I'm sure everyone's doubts have been cleared if there were any. Just a quick mention of all the categories that we'll be running. So in the sprint nationals, we have the men, women, and Groms under 16. We have in the open category sprint open men and defense open mixed category. In the technical, we have the national men, national women, national Groms under 16, and the open mixed category as well. That's the technical 2 kilometer or 4 kilometer. In the distance, we have the national men and national women. Just to mention on the national women category, we did not have the quota of 6 athletes who registered. We are still running it because we would like the athletes to have an opportunity to run the race. It will be purely for the medal and the ranking only. So, unfortunately, we had only 5. Unfortunately, we had only 5. But we decided to run it anyway just to give the athletes an opportunity to race. All of the sprint heats will be happening today. Heat 1 and 2 for all the divisions. The progression to the finals varies, so please have a look out on live heat. Some of you have 10 in your finals, some of you have 6, and some of you have 8. But the progression will always be at least 50% of that heat, of the qualifying heats. All the sprint heats will be today. All the technical, except for the open mixed, will be tomorrow. The national men, national women, and under 16 technical race will be today. And day 2 will have your national distance races. And after lunch, we will have the sprint finals. And we'll have a fun sprint race as well for the kids from the Pirivan Valasai village. That's it from here. Any questions, guys? In the sprint race for the men, you have 10 in the final. So I believe it's you have 15 people in your heats, so it's a heat of 7 and 8, or 8 and 7. That's heat 1 and 2. 5 from each will go through the final. So the elimination will always be less than 50%. So always more than 50% of the people in your heat will progress. I'll make announcements again on the mic before you start your race. All right, guys, have a good one. Play safe and have a fun event.
I cannot let the race director go. Today's his birthday, so let's give it up for the race director. Please sing. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you so much, everyone. This is possibly the best way I can spend a birthday, and I look forward to spending it with all of you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a good one. We're on YouTube live. I don't want to commit to anything. All right, guys, have a good one. We're having an opening ceremony with our chief guest, and we're starting at 10 o'clock as scheduled. Check.
Check.
Requesting the athletes of the first heat to please come in front of the VIP area for a flag off. No, actually, all the athletes. All the athletes, could you please come to the flag pole for the flag off, official flag off of the event.
Very good morning to our distinguished guests today. On behalf of the hosts, the Quest Academy, Jihan and Upasana, and all the other officials here, may I take this pleasure of inviting and extending a warm welcome to our District Collector, Honorable Thiru Simranjeet Singh. Request you to please hoist the flag. Athletes, a round of applause. We also have in our midst thank you very much, sir. So may I request you additional collector, sirs, hoisting the event flag. Thank you very much, sir. May I request you to say a few words you have to the athletes on that side, sir? Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. I welcome all of you to Ramanathapuram district will say. So we are looking forward for this event entire year, and today is the day. So warm welcome to all of you, and all the best to you all. Do your best and enjoy the game. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Requesting the athletes of the first heat to please get ready. Thank you very much, athletes. All athletes.
Just introduce our.
Check.
Can we have all the athletes to please fall in a line? The collector would like to personally wish all of you. Requesting all the athletes. Athletes, dayasedu inge munna varavum. Athletes to please come and form a line.
Check.
Athletes, please come forward and let me see a nice straight line.
First race of the Palkbay SUP Challenge 2024. This will be the men's national sprint 200 meters. Round 1, heat 1. Akash Pujar, Anandi Naveen, V Sakti, Selvarasan Nagamuthu, Anup Pradeep, Sekar Pachai, Akash Shetty and Santoshan S. We have 8 people in this heat, 8 athletes in this heat, and 5 of whom will be progressing to the final, which will be happening tomorrow. And the next heat will be the heat number 2 of the men's national 200 meter sprint. That heat will have 7 athletes with, again, 5 progressing. Calling Hrithik and Arya. Hrithik and Arya, I think they're with the...
We now invite our collector, Tirusimranjit Singh, to please wish the athletes all the very best for this year's Palkbay SUP Challenge 2024, the 3rd edition. We are on day 1. For all those of you who have just joined us live on this link of the 3rd edition of the Palkbay StandUp Paddle Challenge 2024, we have in our midst the District Collector, Tirusimranjit Singh, IAS, greeting and wishing all the participants and the athletes of this event.
What did you do with my sheet? You said you're just taking that. Yes. Okay, I don't need that. I need one of this with all the athletes and board numbers. Take No, I thought
This event, the 3rd edition Palkbay StandUp Paddle Challenge 2024, is under the aegis of the Surfing Federation of India, Tamil Nadu Surfing Association, hosted by Quest Academy, supported by the Sports Development Authority of Tamil Nadu, TT Group, Yolo, you only live once, Quench EV Battery, the Residency Towers, Ocean Ambassadors. Thank you very much, sponsors, for your contribution and support for this event. In a few minutes, we will begin day one's challenge. The races will begin in a few minutes.
area.
Second call going out for the athletes of the first heat. Akash Pujar, Anandi Naveen, V Shakti, Selvarasan Nagamuthu, Anup Pradeep, Shekhar Akash Shetty and Santoshan S.
ஆடியோ தேவையில்ல
Athletes request you to please get ready. Kind attention all the vehicle owners and drivers. Request you to please park your vehicle in that platform and extreme right.
prohibited car, bike, அனைத்து வண்டிகளும் extreme right on the platform தயவு செய்து பார்க் பண்ணுங்க, வழியில பார்க் பண்ண வேண்டாம். Thank you.
Start of the race, 8 minutes to the start of the first race. Palkbay SUP Challenge 2024.
லைட்டு ஒரு கொடை ஒன்று இங்கே என்னக்கா அது எக்ஸ்போசர் கூட தெரிய மாட்டேங்குது. கேமராவும் ஆட்டோமேட்டிக் ஆஃப் ஆகிடும். அங்கே போட்டுக்கிட்டுமா இங்கே போட்டுக்கிட்டுமா இங்கேயா? ஸ்டாண்டை தான் போட்டுக்குவா, இங்கே தான் போட்டுக்குவா ஸ்டாண்டை.
It's officially 9:55 a.m. 5 minutes to the start of the first race. Racers to the line. Racers Akash Pujar in bib 32, Anandi Naveen in bib 79, V Sakti in bib 43, Selvarasan
ஓகேவா?
number 76,
இது போதுமா?
Anup Kulangara Pradeep in bib 101, Sekar Pachai in 71, Akash Shetty in 73, and Santoshan S in 117. You now have 4 minutes.
4 minutes to the start of your race.
Check. Requesting all the owners and drivers of the vehicles to please remove vehicles. வழியில் இருக்கும் வண்டிகள் அனைத்தையும் தயவுசெய்து ரைட் சைடு அந்த பிளாட்ஃபார்ம்ல பார்க் செய்யவும். Thank you.
They need to be out.
Check.
Because I've changed over for boards and all. If anyone's using a common board, I won't have a board on road.
Athletes who are not participating in the race, I request you to please clear out of the waters. Athletes who are not in the race right now, please clear the waters. Check. Check. Requesting Upasana. Upasana, request you to please hoist the sprint race flag.
Race officer, this is race director. Come in. Go ahead. Just doing your mic check.
Ladies and gentlemen, the sprint race flag being hoisted by Upasana. Thank you, Upasana.
The race officer has announced already that there is 1 minute to go. Less than 1 minute now remaining to the start of the first heat. Akash, Anandi, Sakti, Selvarasan, Anup, Sekhar, Akash Shetty and Santosan S. 30 seconds.
Race officer, this is Vish Marshal, all checked in. 7 racers are at the start line. 7.
Supposed to be 8, sir.
You check at the finish line who has not come. Now this is giving countdown. Okay, ready? 4, 3, 2, 1.
Check.
And we are go for the first race of the Palkbay SUP Challenge 2024. We're starting with the highlight division, the men's 200 meters sprint, a national category. Last year in the first heat, we had Shekhar finishing in first and Akash second. They had a timing of 1 minute 15 and 1 minute 21 respectively. Let's see what's happening in this year's competition. It does look like we have a repeat, Sunitra, of last year as of now. Nearing the finish line.
In the lead is Shekhar as of now.
Yes.
And in second is
I think that's Akash Shetty.
Akash.
Shekhar finishing the race in first place. Akash comfortably crossing in second. We just wait for the numbers of 3, 4 and 5.
I think one racer has gone out of the flag. So he's like DNF.
Yes, we noticed that, sir.
On the cockpit and you check the bib number who has not come. Because I could not count by the time it was timing. Now send the second lot.
Copy that, we saw that.
On the cockpit, send the second heat.
Check.
Second call going out to the second heat members. Manjunath Naik, bib number 34. Raja Pandian, 82. Breviston Edward, 77. Davan Ajay, 41. Sudhakar Jina, 31. Rohan R. Suvarna, 49. And Manigandan M, 72. Athletes, request you to please line up at the start.
check. While we wait for the results of the first heat, in the next heat we have the defending champion from last year, Manikandan, who in his first heat did a 1 minute 17 and in the finals did a 1 minute 8.99. Will be interesting to see how he has progressed after a year.
The numbers that have grown.
We've had actually a similar number in the men's 200 meter sprint. We have had actually an increased number in the Groms, which is great to see. We have a lot of open division athletes as well. The open division athletes, the top 3 actually moved to the national category. So we have a lot more people trying to make it into the national division. We do have the defense category as well, which has more athletes this time. So overall, all the divisions have had an increased number.
That is very, very encouraging for the sport and for the community as well. As we are talking about stand-up paddle, and while we are getting ready for the next heat, let me also remind everyone that Tamil Nadu Surfing Association has been doing a lot of work for the water sports. They have formed separate communities for surfing, headed by Apu, and for stand-up paddle, headed by Shekhar. The main agenda or goal, I should say, is for the development of the youth. They are wanting to induct 20 athletes every year in water sports, bringing water sports at a global level. So, Tamil Nadu Surfing Association, wonderful, and let's have this initiative going all through the year, and wishing the association all the very best.
Yes, absolutely. There's a lot of focus on the youth development, I think, which is the direction that any sport should be taking, because it is about the future of the sport as much as it is about the current stars. So I did hear of a lot of development in the various parts of surfing and SUP, both at the grassroots level and training. So exciting to see what the coming years are going to deliver. So in this heat, the semi-final heat number 2 of the men's 200 meter sprint, as you mentioned, Manikandan is the defending champion, so he's one to look out for in bib number 72. He finished first last year in an exciting final that we had on the second day. We have a few of the athletes also in this heat who did make it to the finals. Rohan Suvarna finished in 6th last year with a time of 1 minute 26.52. Sudhakar Jena finished close behind him in the 7th, 1 minute 27.15. So Manjunath Nayak, Raja Pandian, Rebiston and Darwin all looking to make their way to the first final.
Welcome to the 3rd edition of Palkbay StandUp Paddle Challenge 2024. We are on day 1, and just a few minutes ago we saw the start of the Sprint Nationals men. We're awaiting the start of the second heat. This event is under the aegis of the Surfing Federation of India, the Tamil Nadu Surfing Association, the Sports Development Authority of Tamil Nadu.
7 minutes remaining. 7 minutes remaining to the start of your race.
Timings to you.
You have to fill it up and give it to me. Don't read out anything. Fill it up in your finishing sheet and give it to me. I'll update it on time.
Rajapani and just checked in, is on the way.
I think that Jena has not arrived. I have not seen in the...
It's always good to get the first heat out of the way and shake off any cobwebs.
Check. With such wonderful organization happening, Nawaz, you should not talk about cobwebs. They're all done and dusted.
Yes, it is a seasoned team that we have here. We have some of the best eyes on the water marking the finishes, and we've got a team of timers. So we will have all of these results updated on Live Eats as soon as we have the timekeeping officials confirm the results. 5 minutes to your race. Racers to the line.
Bike மட்டும் கார் பார்க் பண்ணவங்க தயவு செய்து வழியில இருந்து கார் and bike எடுக்கவும்.
Check in Sudhakar Jena. If you're around, your race starts in less than 5 minutes. Sudhakar Jena, if you are around, please report to the beach marshal and get into the competition area. Your race starts in less than 5 minutes. Anyone who is aware of Sudhakar Jena's whereabouts, please inform him in case he cannot hear this announcement.
Check. Serve heartfelt gratitude from all of us here for your lovely time and presence with us this morning. A sincere thanks to our district collector, Thiru Shimranjit Singh, for his presence and for having graced and started this year's event, the third edition Palkbay StandUp Paddle Challenge 2024.
Yes, absolutely. It's great to see support from the higher up officials encouraging our sport. Thank you, sir. Right, we have the results come in from the first heat. We had Shekhar Pachai finishing in first, Akash Shetty in second, Santoshan S in third, Akash Pujar in fourth, and Andi Naveen in fifth. In sixth, unfortunately, who did not make it were Selvarasan. In seventh was Anup Kulangara Pradeep. We had a no-show, Sakti in bib 43, who did not take part in the last heat. The timings will be up in live heats very soon. Sekhar Pachai, the leader of that heat, finishing in 1 minute 8 seconds point 37.
Out of the boy. No, out of the boy. Did he go back and come back in time? No, ulle povilla. Come on, guys. Okay, I'll do it after this race.
Correction, please hold for the results of the last heat. I believe we had one technical disqualification. Please ignore the announcement of the last heat's results. We will recheck with the officials and come back to you with the official result. We had the announcement there from the race officer. We have less than a minute to go before the start of heat number 2 of the men's 200 meter sprint final, national division. And we have the start of the heat number 2 of the National Men's Division 200 meter sprint. We do have the winner of last year, Sunetra, in this sprint.
Oh, that's Manikandan M in 72 to watch out for. In the waters are Manjunath Naik in bib number 34, Raja Pandian in bib number 82, Rebiston Edward in bib number 77, Darwin Ajay in 41, Sudhakar Jena in bib number 31, Rohan R. Suvarna in bib number 49, and Manikandan M in 72. We are just watching the Sprint Internationals men 200 meters in progress.
Okay, and it looks like Manikandan, the defending champion, is in the lead as of now. To have about 30 meters or so to go.
He has a good lead also.
He does, but I have noticed that the athletes do reserve some fuel in these heats. Just make sure that they get through in the right positions. You can tell by the timing from last year. Manikandan in his heat last year did 1 minute 17. And in the heat and in the final he finished with 1 minute 8. So obviously saving the best for the finals. We have the top 2 finishers already coming through. It's hard to see the numbers from here, but I think that could be it's Manjunath Nayak, I think, in 34, finishing in second. So you have the top 4 athletes finishing. We have the 5th athlete coming through now, and that would round up the athletes progressing to the finals. Rounding off the top 5 is Rebiston Edward, and that concludes as we just wait for the last athlete to make it across the finish line.
Well, Nawaz, this is a sport, so we do have to stick to numbers. However, the efforts of every athlete is definitely mentionable, because this is not an easy sport, and it's just opening up. This is the 3rd edition, and as you said, it's very encouraging because we have the numbers registering growing, which I think is commendable. So a big round of applause to every effort that has been put in today by all athletes.
Yes, absolutely. Doesn't matter as long as you are better than your yesterday. So a lot of these athletes, these national athletes we see are actually open athletes who won in the 2023 edition. The top 3 made it through to this year's national division. That completes the national men's division for the 200 meter sprint. We now move over we now move over to the open men division of the sprint race 200 meters.
This one?
Heat number 1. So I'll let you do the check-in call.
Check-in call going out to the sprints men open 200 meters. Kenny, bib number 18. Dakshinamurthy, bib number 75. Jyotis Joseph, bib number 86. Steve S. Paul, bib number 104. Kannan N, bib number 108. Nada Muniswaran U, bib number 81. KS, bib number 103. Kuruvilla, bib number 105. Athletes request you to please check in at the beach marshals area and get ready for your sprint.
Same applies for the rounding of the marks as well. Okay, just change this now accordingly and put your sign next to where you're changing it. 6th and 5th, 6th and 7th will change.
We are on day 1 of the 3rd edition of Palkbay SUP Challenge 2024. We just saw the sprint nationals of the men's team, 200 meters. Coming up will be the sprint men's open category 200 meters. Check-in call once again going out to Kenny, Dakshinamurthy, Jyotis Joseph, Steve S. Paul, Kannan N, Nada Muniswaran, Sharath and Kurvilla. Request you to please check in at the beach marshals area. Check. Thank you very much for joining us. We are live, and if you have joined us just now, you are watching the third edition of the Palkbay SUP Challenge 2024. We are on day 1. We just completed 2 races, the sprint nationals, 200 meters. Coming up will be the sprint men's open category 200 meters. Nawaz, anything that you'd like to recall from the last year's events in this category?
Yes, we will have some of the athletes who didn't make it in the top 3 who will be trying again to make it through the national division this year. And we have a lot of new athletes as well who have joined. So just pulling up the information from last year's sprint results. It's good to see a lot of new names. I'm just looking at the last year's results. It looks like almost all are new entrants in the open division, which is fantastic to see. That's what we want to see. It would be good to see some of the old athletes come back as well, but I think they might be in the next heat. Let's wait and see. But just to the interest, 5 minutes to the start of your race. Racers to the line. So this in the interest of the kind of timing to look out for, Sunetra. Last year in the finals, the top athlete finished in the open division with a 1 minute 26.76, and then the other two were 132.13 and 132.83. Very close second and third. In fact, the winner from last year unfortunately couldn't make it to this event, but second and third, Selvarasan and Sakti, were in the national division. And Selvarasan actually just made it in the 5th place, and he goes to the final, so that's fantastic to see. In the open division, in the first round of heats, the timings looked around 143, 144. So that's just to give you an idea as to what kind of timing to expect in this open division. It'll be interesting to see how the entire group hopefully progresses in terms of the timing. Less than 4 minutes to go.
Finish with that? No, I have to update. No. That, by the way, that Sharad just came in. Yeah, you signed up. He's not on this next race. Sharad, yes.
I need to tell me if any new people are
No, but he's already here. He's on the list. Yeah, he just came late. So this is the next, no?
This is the first seat, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what ML was.
Check.
And school students workshop
St. Annie's School.
Requesting the students of St. Annie's School to please come for your workshop. Thank you, sir.
We're nearing the 1 minute mark.
Racers to ready, 1 minute.
And we heard the race officer there. 1 minute to go.
Where am I talking? Wait. Hey, how did I hear it? Six. It doesn't matter. Just go.
Coming to the line.
No. No.
Check. And that is the start of the men's open division.
Check.
Heat number 1, sprint 200 meters.
Contesting for a spot in the finals in the sprint men's open category 200 meters are Kenny Takshanamurthy, Jyotish Joseph, Steve S. Paul, Kannan N, Nadamunishwaran, Sharath and Kurvila. Uh-oh.
Check. Okay, we have and finishing in first place, I think that's Dakshinamurthy in 75. Yes, it is. Well done, Dakshina, finishing in first place in his heat. In second place, Kannan in bib 108. In third place, 105, that's Kuruvilla and Cheryl. We have fourth and fifth coming through. Fourth is Steve Paul. And he's trying to spot number 5. That looks like Jyotish Joseph. Is that? Yes, it is. Finishing in fifth and making it to the final. Hard luck to Kenny. Well tried. Come back next year stronger, Kenny.
Check-in call going out to the participants of the Sprint Men's Open 200 meters category. Gokul Raj R, babe number 102. Ritik
110. Muthu Radeshwaran, 78. Sandeep Prakashan, 85. Shaukat Rasool, 80. Vimbarasan N, 42. Prabhunathan R, 106. Abhijit Jayaprakash, bid number 36. And John Sugam, bid number 33. requesting all athletes to please check in at the beach marshals area. Thank you for joining us for the third edition of Day 1 of the Palkbay StandUp Paddle Challenge 2024 under the aegis of Surfing Federation of India, Tamil Nadu Surfing Association, supported by the Sports Development Authority of Tamil Nadu. Thank you to our sponsors, City Group, Yolo, to Quench EV Battery, to the Residency Towers, to Ocean Ambassadors. This event hosted by the Quest Academy. Busy morning. Absolutely, and an exciting morning. We've done with 3 sprint races of the men's category, and coming up will be yet another heat for the men's open, and this is again the sprint 200 meters.
Heat number 1 is up.
Paddle, அதுதான் இது துடுப்பு என்ன ஓர் சொல்லுவோம் ஓர் என்னாச்சு இந்த மாதிரி இந்த காம்படிஷன் போயிருந்தா
Hello.
Winning or losing, it's the effort that matters.
சொல்லுங்க.
What sportsmanship is all about. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up will be the sprint men's open category 200 meters. Once again, check-in call going out to Gokul Raj, R. Ritik Raj, Muthu Rajeshwaran, Sandeep Prakashan, Shaukat Rasul, Dwayne Barasan N, Prabhunathan R, Abhijit Jaiprakash and John Sugand.
Five minutes to your race start. Racers to the line.
Race officer, are you able to hear my announcement on the speaker loud and clear?
He's not heard you. Negative.
You are not able to hear my 5 minutes announcement on the mic?
No. I made announcement from this side on.
Check.
Thank you, Beach Marshal.
Check. While we wait for the start of the second heat of the Men's Open, we have the results of the National Men's 200 meter sprint heat number 2 on live heats. But just for the benefit of everyone here, in first place was Manikandan M with a time of 1 minute 13:78. But I don't think that's a reflection of the time he's capable of. I think he's strategically planned and made sure that he finishes the race in first. In second was Manjunath Nayak, 1 minute 21:88. In third, Rohan R. Suvarna, 1 minute 36.63. And in fourth, Davin Ajay, 1 minute 40.01. And in fifth, Rebison Edward, 2 minutes and 2 seconds 0.48. That rounds up the top 5 who go through to the final. Raja Pandian just outside, 2 minutes 19.35. Hard luck. Good luck with your training next year, Raja, and look forward to seeing you again next year stronger.
We allow that. I think we just set a bad precedent.
No, I agree.
Check.
Benefit of timekeepers, 30 seconds, sir.
In just about 30 seconds, we will start the sprint men's open category 200 meters.
Watch for the flag down also better. You should hear a 3,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Race started.
And that was the beginning of the sprint men's open category 200 meters. In the waters are Gokul Raj R in bib number 102, Ritik Raj in bib number 110, Muthu Rajeshwaran in bib number 78, Sundeep Prakashan in bib number 85, Vim Barasan in bib number 42, Prabhunathan R bib number 106, Abhijit in 36 and John Sugan 33. Over to you, Nawaz.
Wow, that's a packed heat. I think we only had one athlete who could not make it, so we have 8 athletes battling for the position in the final. Only 5 go through. As of now, it looks really tight between first. Well, it was tight, and we have. Just trying to spot the numbers. I think that's Muthu up in the lead, is it? Okay, and we can see that Muthu Rajeshwaran finishing in first. It's very tight between second and third. I'm going to leave it to the officials to call that. The Finnish officials have a very, very important and difficult job. We have 4th place coming through. Oh, this is going to be a tight finish for 5th place. This decides the last spot of the finals. Last few paddles, and it looks like we have a clear 5th place. This is what it's all about. It looks short, the 200 meters, but I assure you it is not. I tried this myself last year. 200 meters, they call it a sprint, but for those who aren't prepared, it's almost like a short distance technical. I think that was Ritik finishing in 5th. Well done, Ritik. One of the officials in this competition also taking part. That's the spirit. He makes it through to the finals.
Absolutely, Nawaz. Well said. 200 meters looks like it.
Super tight that one. That YouTube live. Are we live?
Thank you very much. We just announced the women's category coming up. Over to you, Nawaz.
Yes, we did, and I see that the camera has come to us. So hello to everyone watching us back
Hello.
home and all around the world. And welcome to the Palkbay SUP Challenge 2024. It's been a busy morning. We've had some tight finishes and some crucial results, and it's shaping up to be a fantastic event. And we can't wait to see the results of the upcoming heats and the finalists on day 2. So stay tuned. We have a lot of exciting action coming up. We have some more sprint heats coming up now, followed by a lunch break, and then we'll have the technical races. So stay tuned for some action.
All this lineup given to you by the race director Nawaz, and this is Sunetra. Thank you.
Can I just corroborate the numbers? What numbers right now? Or that's something. Something to just corroborate. Just check the numbers. I'm just checking if I get the bib numbers right or not.
Yeah, go for it.
So 78.
Women.
Now the women national 102.
Yeah, Muthu.
Muthu
Mariammal.
நீங்க எப்போ போகணும்?
Okay, you are next. Go அங்க Tamil இருக்குனா. He is a district sports officer Thiru Dinesh.
Thank you very much and welcome, sir. Honorable District Sports Officer Thiru Dinesh Kumar. Thank you for joining us. Mika Nandri, sir. May I request you to please hoist a flag?
Important announcements. Any athlete or anyone present here who needs any assistance, please approach the lifeguard tent, the white color tent on the west of the viewers area. Right next to the speaker. We have very able qualified lifeguards available to attend to any medical needs, emergencies that you may have. Thank you, lifeguards. They play a very important role in keeping the athletes and everyone here safe.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dinesh Kumar, the District Sports Officer, for hoisting that SUP Challenge flag. Thank you very much for your presence and for being here amongst us this morning.
So we have about 9 minutes left. Kanika, please come back. Kanika, you can call back.
Kanika, దయచేసి తిరుம்ப వరము. Kanika. Kanika, దయచేసి బీచ్ మార్షల్స్ ఏరియాకి రిపోర్ట్ చేయవు.
We have about 8 minutes left, so let's quickly look at who's up in this next heat. Kanika, taking part of the women's national sprint, Arya Pradeep, and we've got Tanvi Jagadish,
சொல்லுங்க ஜி.
probably one of the most famous
சொல்லுங்க.
stand-up paddle
டைட்டாவா?
from India. She's represented India on multiple occasions.
ரெக்கார்டிங்கில் தான் இருக்கு.
Defending champion on multiple occasions for the nationals that we've had over the years. She took a couple of years off competition, but she's back this year and we cannot wait to see her back in action. And of course we've got Muthu Mariammal, local, Anandi Arti and Vijay Lakshmi Irulapai. This is going to be an exciting heat.
Nawaz, we were talking about numbers growing in this sport, and it is also, commendable to mention that women participants are also.
Inside
There were days when
inside
a few, and Tanvi was one of the early participants, and now we see the numbers here also growing.
Yes, I remember that a couple of the events actually.
inside இறங்குறாங்க ஜி.
Along with the competition, to have an stand-up paddling because it is going to be an Olympic sport, and we are well on our way in hopefully making some Olympic athletes. You were talking about the women athletes. We have 11 this year. Looking at last year's results, we had only 8. So great to see a growing number there. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough for the distance because it is a lot more technical. It is very, very difficult to do the 12 kilometers. I've tried myself. So understandable, but still great progress from last year.
Since we spoke so much about the stand-up paddle, it is worth mentioning that the Tamil Nadu Surfing Association has put a committee together to train interested athletes in stand-up paddle, and this committee will be headed by Shekhar Pachai.
And it's 5 minutes to your race. Racers to the line.
அதுக்கு தான் அப்படி போனேன். ரிட்டர்ன் வந்துட்டேன்.
You're watching the third edition of the Palkbay StandUp Paddle Challenge 2024, and this is day 1. Coming up will be the Sprints Nationals Women category 200 meters. Contesting for a spot in the finals will be athletes Kanika Kulhari in bib number 13, Arya Pradeep bib number 39, Hanvi Jagdish bib number 116, Muttu Maria Malvi bib number 47, Anandi Arzi bib number 10, and Vijay Lakshmi Irulappan bib number 02. Wishing the women athletes all the best, and thank you for joining us once again. This is an event under the aegis of the Surfing Federation of India, the Tamil Nadu Surfing Association, supported by the Sports Development Authority of Tamil Nadu, TT Group, Yolo, by Quench EV Battery, by the Residency Towers, the Ocean Ambassadors, and hosted by the Quest Academy.
ஓகேவா?
1 minute to go.
Check.
15 seconds. What's the flag? Rowan, you can see the flag? Two more, yeah. Rowan, 5 seconds.
4, 3, 2, 1. Race started. 6:47.
And that is the start of the women's national 200 meter sprint heat number 1. We have 6 athletes here. We have multiple time defending champion Tanvi back in action. Great to see some of the athletes giving the veteran Tanvi some competition. But Tanvi showing us that this is not her first race. And
Absolutely not.
she knows how to pace herself. Top 3 looking close. Top 2 rather. And we have the winners coming through 1, 2, 3 in very close succession. I'm going to wait for the race finish officials to call the numbers, but from here it looks like that was... Wow, that's Anandi Aarti finishing in first. Her paddle strokes were looking deep. Looks like she was digging really deep there. No one could guess that this was a heat, a qualifier. That felt like a final.
Tanvi second and Vijay Lakshmi third.
Looks like it was Tanvi in second and Vijay Lakshmi in third. Tanvi is not looking too tired. Looks like she planned that strategically just to make sure she makes it through to the final. Vijay Lakshmi also a finalist from last year. And
check and call going out to the Sprint Nationals Women's heat number 2, 200 meters. Anusha Reddy, bib number 07, Shrishti Selvam, bib number 38, Muthu Kuti, bib number 87, Devika PJ, bib number 08, and Monica P, bib number 44. Women athletes, request you to check in at the Beach Marshals area. Thank you.
Just an important announcement there for those waiting for the results. The women actually have only 8 in their final. So it will be the top 4 that go through from each heat. So the top 4 from the last heat that we just saw, and the top 4 from the next heat. I believe we have 5 athletes in the next heat, and therefore only 1 will be eliminated. And in the next heat, let's see who we have to look out for. We've got Monica P, the defending champion from last year, finishing last year at 1 minute 27.92 in the final heat, who is in bib number 8 to look out for. Sorry, bib number 44. Correction, bib number 44 is Monica to look out for. Apart from that, I see a name here that's familiar. Shrishti. You're used to commentating when you have your daughter in the water. No bias, I'm sure.
Certainly not, Nawaz. Yes, a proud mother indeed. Shrishti, I think, is trying out her skills with stand-up paddle. She did participate in one event earlier this year.
She didn't just... Oh, you're talking about
She
SUP.
did, SUP, yes.
The surfing competition she won last time.
Yeah,
no?
she did.
At Kovalong. So we all know Shrishti from winning multiple events at the national level. Shrishti, don't be distracted. We're just talking about you. Just paddle out, prepare for your race. Just having a chat with your mom. It's not every day that we get to sit alongside a commentator who has a daughter in the water.
Thank you very much. That was very rhyming indeed, daughter in the water. Yes, thank you very much, Nawaz. And well, like I said, it doesn't matter whether she wins or loses. It's for all competitors as well. What is important is that the effort and the will to participate and take this sport forward is what is most important. And it's really very, very happy and delightful to see so many women coming forward to participate in this sport. And yes, a proud mother indeed.
Absolutely. You heard it first and you saw it first here. We've got a commentator here and comparer, the voice of surfing and SUP, whose daughter is in this heat. So watch out for the results of this one. You might hear some screaming. No?
No, I never do that.
She never does. She's been the voice of surfing for the last 10 odd years, more than 10 years, and even when her daughter wins, we never hear any extra cheers. So as professional as she gets. But we'll all be cheering for all the athletes in this heat because we do have the defending champion. We have senior surfers who are now trying SUP. I think it's a great example, and hopefully a lot of young girls. We see some school children here as well, and hopefully they get encouraged to come and try because you never know until you try. And especially in a sport where the participation is so less, you always have a very good chance of ranking in the top 3 in the national level, which you don't get the opportunity very often.
Absolutely, and that's where the Tamil Nadu Surfing Association comes in, Nawaz. They are, doing so much for the youth development, and they would like to see these numbers grow. They'd like to see the younger, clan of athletes come forward to take up this sport. So they are putting in committees, where there is a concentrated level of training that's going to be given to these youngsters. So we're going to be having a committee exclusive for surfing headed by Manigandan aka Apu, and for the stand-up paddle headed by Shekhar. So there's a lot of store for this sports coming up, and athletes, all eyes and ears open.
Absolutely. And I think we have about 8 minutes, I believe, to the start of the next heat, which is the Sprint National Women 200 meters heat number 2. Scheduled to start at 11:15, which is 7 minutes away. And for those who are wondering how things happen behind the scenes, I just want to mention a special mention and thank you to the race officials handling the finish line and the timekeeping. It's not an easy job. Thank you, guys. It's your focus and dedication that makes sure that we have the right results with the right timing posted. And ever since last year, we've started putting SUP on live heats, which means all the athletes have historic data of the timing, and we are able to now compare timing from previous years. It makes it a lot more interesting, and both for the athletes as well as those watching at home and here.
References are always good, and so is memory.
Mic drop moment.
Yeah. Ready? Super. Open பண்ணாக்க பின்னாடி தெரியும்.
And we have the second heat of the women's national 200 meters underway.
The participants are Anusha Reddy, bib number 207, Shrishti Selvam, bib number 38, Muthukutti, bib number 87, and Devika PJ, bib number 08, and Monica P, bib number 44.
Just a special mention that all the athletes actually reported early for that heat, so a decision was taken along with the athletes to start the race. From the 08 because all of the footage and the camera licenses, no footage, everything is bad.
That was a very close finish between Monica and Shrishti. Monica, the defending champion, Shrishti, who we've spoken so much about. Not disappointing. Judging from the results of that race, it looks like we're in store for a very, very exciting final tomorrow. Let's wait for the time. It should give us an idea of what to look out for.
I think it was Monica.
That was an interesting finish for the heat to Nawaz.
Yes, and we're not done yet. We still have an athlete making her way back who's making sure that she finishes within the competition area. If she does not, it will not count. Unfortunately, I don't think that is happening. She still has an opportunity. She's trying. That's the spirit.
Absolutely. This is what I was talking about. You know, in sports, it's really not all about only winning. It is about participating, and that's what matters, and that's what the experience is all about for learning and moving on and taking the sport. So
hold on, we have an interesting development. We have one athlete who's trying to get back on course, and the last athlete actually still making her way. The top four go through, so the first to cross the line now decides the last spot in the finals. We have wind and conditions playing a part. This could be a very, very interesting finish to this heat number 2 of the Women's National. And I think bib number 7, that's Anusha Reddy, just about making it before the last athlete, who is Devika, who now crosses the line. Fantastic finish to that heat number 2 of the Women's National. We did have almost a photo finish. I can see the finish officials there checking the footage. We do have both video and still images to confirm the results, and I think we do have the results coming in. Apologies to the drone operators. We didn't give you enough time to capture that last heat. Everything now sticks to the same schedule, so we just pushed that one a little early because of conditions, but every
Ladies and gentlemen, that was an interesting finish to the women category, 200 meters. Coming up will be the sprint mixed defense open, 200 meters. Thank you for joining us. This is the third edition and we are on day one of the Palkbay StandUp Paddle Challenge 2024 under the aegis of Surfing Federation of India, Tamil Nadu Surfing Association, supported by Sports Development Authority of Tamil Nadu, by TT Group, by Yolo, the Residency Towers, Ocean Ambassadors, by Quench EV Battery. The event hosted by Quest Academy.
சொல்லுங்க ஜி ஓகே
We have the results of the women's 200 meter nationals. It's about posted on live heat.
சும்மா ஒரு இது போட்டு
The first heat we had Anandi Aarti in first, Tanvi Jagadish in second, Vijay Lakshmi Rapan in third,
மாத்திக்கிறேன்
and
ஆடியோ எடுத்துட்டு போகும்போது
in fourth, making it through to the final.
அவங்க ரெடி ஆயிட்டாங்க.
Arya Pradeep unfortunately missing out in that heat. And in the second heat,
சைன் போறது எடுக்கணும்.
we had Monica finishing in first, 1 minute 36.01. And Shishti Selvam very, very close, 1 minute 36.17. That is as close as it gets.
She didn't push. She didn't push. I don't know. That's.
Check and call going out to Pratap Ramakrishnan. Pratap Ramakrishnan, எங்கிருந்தாலும் தயவுசெய்து பீச் மார்ஷல் ஏரியாக்கு ரிப்போர்ட் செய்யவும். A round of applause and big thank you to all the hands that are working behind the scenes, to all the race officials, to all the volunteers, and to every other hand and heart that has come together to put this event together. 2 days of exciting competitions. We already are seeing some fantastic talent at display here. Looking forward for more excitement tomorrow, the day of finals. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. This is the 3rd edition and day 1 of the Palkbay StandUp Paddle Challenge 2024. Coming up will be the Sprint Mixed Defense Open category, 200 meters.
Yeah, just give me that. I'll take the number.
Groms, huh?
Yeah, just number in each one.
6 and 5.
Okay. You have it now.
Name? Pratap Ramakrishnan. Depends.
No, he hasn't come. He hasn't collected his t-shirt, right? Race of the this will be 3 matches.
He hasn't registered yet.
Pratap Ramakrishnan has not.
He is not registered yet.
We have 9 minutes to the start of the next heat. 8 minutes. 8 minutes now to the start of the next heat.
Have you seen my cap, Penny?
Go. Let's talk a little bit about the beautiful setting that we're in. We are in Pirappan Valasai Beach, and on your screen right now is Quest and TT Group's beautiful cat. I've been on this a couple of times. You can dive off it, you can go snorkeling. There's a lovely area in front where you can just sit back and relax. It does have a couple of rooms as well, manned by some very, very able and qualified professionals, the likes of Jihan Driver, the captain. And as you make your way to the beach from where the cat is anchored, you start to see the lovely setup that we have here with the tents, starting with the media tent there in red and white. Right next to that is where we are, the judges area, the blue tent. Then you've got the blue and white striped tent, which is where all the spectators and supporters are sitting. You've got the lifeguards to the right of that. You've got the sound guys. Then you've got the Red Bull tent, the athletes tent. Red Bull always with their unique shaped tent, which is unmistakably identifiable. You've got all the flags of the sponsors and supporters of this beautiful event. And here you get a view of the actual race course. You've got the finish line just ahead there. On your right, just off screen, was the start line. It's a 200-meter race. Let's see if the drone can give us a mock of what the athletes go through at the finish line there. He's on the beach, but they're on the water, obviously. I think this drone is making his way to us. That was a lovely little pan of the competition area. And as you can see, this is us here. Drone on drone action, possibly. Thank you so much for that lovely, lovely footage. It gives everyone at home an idea as to what we are witnessing and the pleasure of experiencing here. We have 5 minutes to go, so racers to the line.
And very nicely navigated, Nawaz, there for the benefit of all those who are watching and have joined us here live, and gives them a feel that they are part of us looking and watching this lovely event. Thank you very much for that.
Most welcome. It was a fun commentary to do because I've actually never seen live how we look from the ocean, so that was an interesting bit of footage to commentate on. We do have less than 5 minutes to go.
I hope we look good as much as we sound.
It was from a distance, so we all looked very, very good. Luckily, not much close-up footage. So
That's good news.
you don't have to worry about that. The closer they get, the better you look.
Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Ladies and gentlemen, upcoming will be the Sprint Mixed Defense Open 200 meters category. And in the waters are athletes Devansh Goyal, Avkash Rawat, Gopinath Panchavarnam and Pratap Ramakrishnan. Beach marshals, have they all reported?
I think Pratap, if I'm not mistaken, I think Pratap is not in this heat. So we have 3 people in this heat, 3 athletes in this heat, and it's more like a practice run for them because all 3 make it through to the final. This is a no pressure heat and a fantastic opportunity to practice the course.
But you know what, Nawaz, once you're in the start line, although you're going to make it, for an athlete, it is a competition. And the pressure will be there. There will be butterflies. And he will put his best to make sure that he crosses that checkered flag first. It's something about an athlete.
Yeah, something about a competition. While we have a couple of minutes, why don't you tell us about some recent competitions that I believe you won medals at? We're happy to say that I'm part of the Masters Athletic Association and I do participate in athletic events. My events are, I'm a thrower basically and a sprinter. So I do javelin, shot put, long jump and 100 meters. And it's such a lovely event, and I wish a lot more people, especially youngsters, come and watch it because to see 85-year-olds and 90-year-olds on the track, putting in their best like they are in their 20s is an inspiration by itself. And I think no one has any excuse in life to say, I'm old. I could not agree with you more. I did hear about these. Firstly, congratulations on your accomplishments.
Thank you.
In the various sport disciplines that you represent the Masters division in. I did hear about this gaining a lot of popularity in the recent past. In fact, I used to be a thrower myself. I was never fit enough to run, but I did used to throw both javelin and discus.
You should join.
I am going to.
This year district is happening on the 30th of next month, and I think you should register.
I'll check the distances first before to see how I maybe practice once before I sign up. We come back to that very shortly as we are nearing the 1 minute mark. We're just waiting for race official to announce. And on time, the race officer announcing that it's racers to the line. Sorry, racers ready, which means we have 1 minute, less than 1 minute now, approximately 40 seconds to go. Yes, you're right. I mean, if regardless as to the consequence of the result, when it's competition time, it does feel different. I do remember back in the day. It was a while ago now, but let's see. Maybe I'll join you soon.
You should.
The next Masters.
You should, and I think everyone hearing us or watching us should also give it a shot. Age is just a number, and I always feel once an athlete, always an athlete.
Maybe we have more athletes in the open division here next year. Lots to discuss, but we'll come back to that. I think we are counting down the next heat.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we are go for the Sprint Mixed Defense Open 200 meters heat number 1. There is a difference in equipment between the Nationals and Open Division. The Open Division athletes are not allowed to use a race board, which means that does affect the timing. So although you might see a slower time in the Open Division compared to the timings of the Nationals, it doesn't necessarily mean that they are slower, because they are on slower boards comparatively. But they are fighting for positions in the National Division. This is the Defense Mixed Open 200 meters.
Just watching them.
Check. Athletes, please keep an eye on the finish area. A red cylindrical buoy and the checkered flag. That is the finish zone. It can get tricky with the wind, but that's part of the race. So a lot more left side paddles, I suppose, in this course, and looking at the wind coming in from the north, you would end up having a lot more left paddles to stay on course. We do have the first place finishing. That is, I think, Gopinath Panchavarnam. Congratulations. Securing his place in the final, and in second place, I think that's Akash Rawat. Congratulations, Akash. You also make it through to the final. And rounding up the finalist spot is Devansh Goyal. This was a 3-athlete heat, so all 3 do make it to the final, but they get a good chance to see what the course is like. No assurance that the same wind conditions will be there tomorrow, but it's always nice to go out and try once before your decisive final.
Check and call going out for the Sprint Mixed Defense Open category 200 meters. Arun Kumar, bib number 16. Ashish Tadwal, bib number 109. Sunil Kulhari, bib number 12. Unikrishnan B, bib number 35. Rajeshwaran, bib number 83. Request the athletes to please check in at the Beach Marshals area. Thank you.
I love that name, Rajeshwaran. His name's so nice, it had to be said twice.
Yeah, absolutely.
So while we wait for the results of the first heat of the Mixed Defense Open, we were having some interesting conversation about more participation in the Masters Athletics meet that you were part of. I think what will be encouraging is that we see more people in the open division here. I encourage actually all of the SFI and the TNSA committee members to try out. I think we should all have an officials cup, or if not, at least be part of the open division. I know I'm going to try it out next year. I am saying it on video, so I guess I can't back out of it now.
That'll be an interesting category to watch and have and included.
And that's what it's about. I mean, we have more participation in the opens, then we have more athletes in the nationals, and keep growing the sport.
We have Siddharth Hande with us here, the president of the Tamil Nadu Surfing Federation of India, and we've been talking a lot about what this association is planning for the development of the youth. So hearing it from the horse's mouth will be the best thing, and I invite Sid Hande to give us an insight as to what this association is planning for the young talent coming up.
Thanks Sunitra, thanks Nawaz. So this is my first year as the president, and really taking over a very exciting and strong association already. There's a lot of work that's been done. I think it's been amazing to see the kind of support and structure that's been given and put in place even just before I came in. I think for us the mandate is very clear. We need to see young people in the water every year. We need to see we want to put a system in place where kids can understand what the sport is, what is their pathway if they enjoy the sport, how do they do it safely. So youth development really is, I think, the foundation of what we're going to try to do and achieve, so that we know that every year we just have more and more athletes coming in who can take the sport seriously. So just how we want to do that, I think there's a few considerations. They have to understand the sport, and so that's the committee has a big role to play, but then they also have to get into the sport safely. So I think swimming, surf skate, these are all foundational kind of elements that also have to be part of the development. It has to be extremely holistic, and so that's something we aim for.
So you were telling me that there is going to be exclusive committees for surfing and stand-up paddle, and to be headed by Apu and Shekhar. So that's very interesting, and it shows that we are going very focused into the sports, therefore going to be bringing in and creating a lot more professionals.
Yeah, the committee is a thing that will always refresh every year or every how many ever. This year we have Apu and Shekhar leading the surf and SUP committee respectively. I couldn't be happier to work with these guys. They are super experienced. They have built the culture of the sport. They are from the fishing community, who really has been the heart of these two sports, in the past. And I think we can lean on them. They have both very different skill sets. Of course, Apu, has come up from the national leagues, is a national champion himself, has his own academy, and so now the idea is how can he now impact a broader committee. So how can TNSA provide a platform where he can impact as many kids as possible. Same thing with SUP. Shekhar, of course, actually has done, he's really represented India on the international stage. He has his own surf and SUP school. So I think these folks really represent some of the best, but the committee is going to have just a lot of really, really important people. Like Quest has really been a leader for us in development of the sport and the safety of the sport. So I think the committee is going to be represented by a lot of experienced and strong people. And then let's see how we build it up.
Thanks so much for that, Sid. Just gonna give you a couple of heads up questions that we'll come back to you. We'll have a bit more time. I know you're handling the finish zone, which is very hectic by the looks of things. So we have a couple of minutes now before we make our announcement, but we would like to come back to you a little later, possibly during the technical races where we might have a little more time, and try and understand a bit more about what can be done at a school curriculum level. If we have an opportunity, we are live, people we can reach out to and ask for support, be it from either the institutions that could include SUP and surfing inside the sports curriculum, or whether it's the equipment providers. We've got NSP, Starboard, and some great board makers who are also hopefully tuned in, and also from the local organizations and the schools. So just a heads up that we might have a chat, if you have the time, a little later, to see how we can seek the support of all these crucial members of the ecosystem.
Always a pleasure.
See you guys soon.
Thank you so much, Siddharth, for joining us.
Siddharth Hande, the president of the TNSA, who fortunately, I think the first time he had a couple of minutes to spare, he's had a back-to-back morning since we started. Great work being done by him and his team, and Rohan Katari on timekeeping and his team, I think accompanied by Dinesh Selvamani. Like I said, this is the backbone of the event. They are the ones who make sure that the right positions and the right timing is given to us, who we then post it on live heats for the rest of the world to see. So, crucial job, no pressure, guys.
So far, so good.
Approximately 6 minutes to go. Stand by for the announcement of 5 minutes.
All good?
Thank you for joining us. On day one of the third edition of Palkbay StandUp Paddle Challenge 2024 under the aegis of Surfing Federation of India, Tamil Nadu Surfing Association, supported by Sports Development Authority of Tamil Nadu.
5 minutes to the start of your race. Racers to the line.
Supported by TT Group, Yolo, by Quench EV Battery, the Residency Towers, Ocean Ambassadors, and this lovely event put together and hosted by Quest Academy. We will be talking about Quest Academy and what they have been doing over the years in a few, after a few events and when we do find time. So it is something that, you know, we need to hear about.
Yes, hopefully we'll have Jihan or Upasana.
Hello.
Upasana the boss. Jihan the hard worker. Upasana's work actually hard. I've seen the last, in fact, on that note, the last few days, I don't think I've had the time to even have a full conversation with him because this entire thing has been put together by the classic team of Quest headed by
School student போயிட்டாங்க.
Speaking of Jihan, the Lone Ranger out there setting the markers.
அப்படியே இருங்க அப்படியே.
Nope, the wind blowing in the opposite direction. I don't think you can hear us, but I don't know if the camera is on him right now. But Jihan out there setting the markers for the technical race, which will be after lunch. So once we finish the sprint races, maybe I'll ask the
கட் பண்ணிட்டீங்களா? Very short.
comment over. Those watching at home know
அது காமிச்சிட்டு வந்துட்டவா?
Absolutely, whoever said that only Formula Ones can have coaches.
கட் பண்ணிக்கிறீங்களா?
Actually, I love the sports. I was a fan of Michael Schumacher, and that was the team that I supported for a long time. Somewhere down the line, I lost the interest, and well, it is exciting to see that speed and that control in those cars that just whiz by, and that's all you hear in a live event. You just get to see one, you know, corner of the track or just one bit of the track where you just see them just zooming by, you know. Interesting. But like I said, I think over the years, somewhere, I don't know if it's because of, I'm a diehard fan of Schumacher, maybe because he's gone, my interest went too.
போடுறீங்களா?
His speedy recovery, I know it is a heartbreaking moment for all of us to hear about his accident, but positive is that he's still alive, and you don't hear much. I think they keep a tight look on his exact condition, but
shot போடுறீங்களா வர?
Anything negative adverse, I guess there's still hope. But yes, we all grew up watching the likes of Senna and Schumacher.
About to say that Senna was what set my interests, and it followed.
But yeah, a lot of people I've spoken to, I haven't seen a race myself. I've seen the Formula 3 and the FISME, but I haven't seen an F1 race live. But everyone who's been there says it's actually a lot better to watch it. Maybe in an atmosphere with a lot of people on a big screen. Combination of two can happen on the course as well. But I think an interesting development in Formula 1, something that's got a lot of people watching it, has been the series. As we hear 1 minute left, just to quickly wrap up what we were talking about, you've got the Netflix series Drive to Survive, which has made a huge impact on the viewership, and I think that really is an example of the effect that online presence and live content or even the background story can have on the sports. And maybe in the near future open 200 meters.
10 seconds.
Keep a lookout. I think you should. It's down.
The race has begun.
Yes, it has. That is the start of the defense sprint mixed open 200 meters. Heat number 2.
So that was the start of the Sprint Mixed Defense Open. And just to continue the conversation, it is interesting to note that Chennai Roads was briefly turned into a racetrack very recently for the Formula 4. And how interesting is that?
Very, very interesting. I think it was a great achievement by the SDAT and the Sports Ministry and the official bodies in racing in Tamil Nadu. And I hope to see more of it as a racing fan myself. It was a really historic moment, a proud moment for me to see our own streets around Marina being converted into a racing circuit. So congratulations to all those involved in putting that event together, which was a big success. And we turn our attention now to the finish of the mixed open 200 meters finals, sprint 200 meters finals. Sorry, not finals. This is heat number 2. I'm so sorry. Heat number 2. The finalists will be decided from here. We do have 5 athletes in the water. The top 3 make it through to the final. Just trying to get. I can see that.
53 seconds.
I can see that Rajeshwaran has finished second, and
12.
in first place,
Sunil Kulhari.
Sunil Kulhari finishing in first. In third,
Some 8. Can't see their numbers.
just waiting to see the numbers. I think that's Ashish Dadwal in third, and in fourth is Arun Kumar. Finishing the race was Unni Krishnan as well in fifth. So the top 3 make it through to the final. Congratulations. And we shift our attention now to the Groms Nationals 200 meter sprint.
Check and call going out to the Sprint Nationals of the Groms category, 200 meters. Purnish T, bib number 15. Sabrish T, bib number 14. Varuna U, bib number 01. Praveen Pujar, bib number 06. Anandi Arti, bib number 10. Gurutishwaran Kalidas, bib number 17. Athletes, request you to please check in at the Beach Marshals area. Athletes, dayav sedu Beach Marshal area ku report seyavom. Thank you.
I'm always most excited when the Groms are in action. You've heard the same excitement from me in surfing. It's as much, if not more, when it comes to SUP and watching these young grommets battle it out for the position in the final. This is a nationals division. We have merged the open and nationals. We don't have an open category, so
Yes, of Quest Academy. And how can we leave him without talking to him? Hi, Jihan. You were busy in the water focusing, and I think you couldn't hear us. We were cheering you and calling out to you and acknowledging your hard work. Please tell us about Quest Academy, about yourself, and about this event.
In 6 minutes.
In 6 minutes.
I have to talk within 6 minutes, right? Yeah, so I was outside setting out the technical course. I think technical course is going to be on fire. Third edition of the Palkbay SUP Challenge. We have a beach start for the first time, and it's M course. It's going to look pretty wild with all the athletes, who have prepared all year long for this competition. Well, Quest Academy, we have a training center out here on the banks of the Palkbay, where we teach coastal youth and athletes all around the country and actually all around the world, different sport, starting from sailing, kite surfing, windsurfing, stand-up paddle boarding. We have a dive school out here as well, and we start off the grassroots training with lifeguard courses. Been around here for over a decade now, and it's just fantastic year on year when I see more athletes come in, to the Palkbay SUP Challenge. It's just one of the events that are hosted out here. To see it grow, by 30% every year, it's fantastic. We're really looking forward to opening our doors to the Tri-Nations and international championships, coming in the future. Plans are on for the next Palkbay SUP Challenge to be in June 2025. So looking forward to that.
That's a very exciting, and all the best for the upcoming challenges. But Upasana and you have been working very hard over the last few days. So how is it, or how challenging is it to put an event like this? I know it's a very redundant question, but hearing it from you would definitely be an encouragement for all those watching, and they will understand what it takes to put an event like this together.
We start a year in advance. When we actually start planning the Palkbay SUP Challenge 365 days before it happens, and still on the last day, we've got to go out last moment to set out marks. A storm comes through at 3 o'clock in the morning, tents fly off, flags are flying everywhere. But we've kind of worked out a formula. The formula works really well. You kind of figure out the number of people you need to run an event, and then you multiply it by 500, and that's when you can run an event, right? You are always short of arms. And in fact, we opened our gates to all athletes a month before the championship to come out here and practice. They came here, they did practice, they got used to the conditions out here, and we would like to do this a bit longer. Like next year, all athletes are more than welcome to come a couple of months before the race, practice, train out here. We've got a number of coaches out here as well who reside here from the coastal community. There can be a lot of sharing, a lot of understanding of different techniques, what actually works, what doesn't work, and
Thank you very much, Jihan. Thank you very much for having me here to host this event. It's a beautiful place, and all those of you are listening, he's opened his gates, so make use of it, and I'm sure you will not regret. Nawaz, do you have something to ask Jihan?
I have many things to ask Jihan, but I don't know if it can be done on YouTube live. We were told to keep it PG, so I'll keep that for off camera. But no, nothing to ask really. I've just been seeing it firsthand myself. This is my third event with the Quest team, with Jihan and with Upasana, going strength to strength every year, and just making sure that there's not just small steps but big steps every year. Like the first year, I remember it was just maybe a smaller setup, slightly smaller setup, but the year after we went on live heats, there was a lot more interaction. Now we're live on YouTube, we're being interviewed, we have athletes making here early, being here on time for all of the briefings. Everything is just so much better year on year, and I'm so excited to see what the next year has in store for us. But I want to take this opportunity to thank you, Jihan and Upasana, and everyone at Quest for making sure this happens and brings us all together. Competition is so key in growing a sport, and wholeheartedly thank you guys for putting this together.
Thank you so much, Nawaz. And the main thanks is to all the athletes who who take out time to train. They've got a goal, to get the gold. And, they travel a long distance to come out here. We are a remote location. While the conditions are excellent for stand-up paddleboarding, taking out time, the dedication to actually come, visit, train, and be a part of the entire circuit, it's phenomenal. So huge shout out to all the athletes. You're more than welcome to come the next year. We're looking forward to new champions, old champions, and new categories developing year on year.
Pause you for a second while we make the official 5-minute call for the start of the next heat. Racers to the line. Sorry, Jian.
To the races. That's important.
Well, thank you for joining us, Jian. We will ask for your time maybe a little later during the technical and the distance, where we have a bit more time to have a chat, where we can hear more about what all quests have in store for us. And you're also part of the TNSA and SFI, so maybe you can tell us a bit about what these organizations are doing as well. So
thank you very much, Jihan.
We shift our focus now back to the National Groms 200-meter sprint heat number 1. Attention, Karmegan Kanteshwaran, please leave the water. You are in the next heat. Kanteshwaran,
தயவுசெய்து தண்ணியிலேருந்து வெளியே வரும். உங்களோட ஹீட் வந்து அடுத்தது. நீங்கள் அடுத்த ஹீட்டில் இருக்கீங்க. கார்மேகம் கந்தேஸ்வரன், தயவுசெய்து தண்ணியிலேருந்து வெளியே வருவோம். நீங்கள் அடுத்த ஹீட்டில் இருக்கீங்க.
Yes, sir. 09 is actually in the next heat. I think he was confused. Please ask him to step out from this heat. He's in the next heat.
Three minutes to start. கந்தேஸ்வரன், கரைக்கு வந்துடலாம். தண்ணியில் பேடல் பண்ண வேணாம், கரைக்கு வந்துடுவோம். தேங்க்யூ. காந்தேஸ்வரன், அங்கேயே வெயிட் பண்ணி உங்கள் ஹீட், அடுத்த ஹீட் அது இங்கே ஸ்டார்ட் லைனுக்கு போகலாம். அங்கேயே வெயிட் பண்ணலாம், இங்கே வர வேண்டிய அவசியம் கிடையாது.
So Nawaz, we were having an interesting conversation. Of sports and its activities.
Actually, not just Chennai. In fact, after our Honorable Minister, Thiru Udayanidhi Stalin, has taken over as Sports Minister, we've seen so much activity in sports in Tamil Nadu. And that's really a strong message to send out, that as a state, we are taking sports seriously and are serious about sports. And us organizations in the various water sports are really benefiting from this, because they are encouraging not just the reputed old sports that we all know like tennis and cricket, but they're also making sure that the new sports get good support and good time in the light of day, where we're able to make an impact. I think we're nearing 1 minute to go. It looks, waiting for the race officer to make that announcement. Yep, we see the green flag up, which means that we have 1 minute to go to the start of the race. We'll come back. We do have a lot of time in the longer races to discuss, but definitely we should come back to how much SDAT and the Sports Ministry has been doing for the development of sport over the couple of years, and how all the athletes and us organizers and officials part of this federations and associations actually really benefit from it. approximately 15 seconds to go by my watch, which is also in sync almost with the race officer. So we should hear his countdown starting in a couple of seconds. And that's the start of the Groms, mixed Groms 16 and under nationals 200 meters. I was told to look out for a couple of these Groms whose paddle speed and technique has been worked on in the training period running up to this event, and I can see that first couple of athletes there, maybe tiny in stature, but definitely not in the power that they're able to generate through those paddle strokes. We do have a couple of girls in here as well, if I'm not mistaken. No, we have one. We have Anandi Aarti. Is this Anandi who was in the women's? Wow.
In progress, and all that cheering and noise going out for the Groms. This is the National Sprint 200 meters.
We have only 4 athletes who will make it through as a photo finish. Oh! He has to go back. He has to go back and make sure he crosses the line. He still has not finished. We've got first and second coming through. We've got third place. And fourth place coming through. That is very, very unfortunate there. Falling off just at the start. We'll wait to see the final results.
Oh, there's one more person paddling now. Varuna. Huh? No, I think she's getting ready for the next.
I don't know if he was in jumpers, they'll have to decide it.
Oh, there's one more paddler.
They'll need the footage to see. Yeah, but 3 minutes is the time also. No, but it's finished now. No, 4 have already gone through 58.
We only have 8 athletes in this final, so the top 4 go through. We're waiting for the official results. That was a close finish. We don't know if the athlete who fell off the board, did his nose cross the line while he was in control of the board while being on the board? That is the question. So the naked eye, it did not look like he was. Unfortunately, that is very, very disappointing. But that's what sport is about. The nose has to cross the line while he's on the board in complete control of it as well. So we'll wait to see what the footage says. Like I said, to the naked eye, it didn't look like it, but that's why we do have backup footage.
தயவு செய்து குப்பை பீச்ல போட வேண்டாம். குப்பை அனைத்தையும் குப்பை தொட்டியில் மட்டும் போடுவோம். அது ஃப்ரூட்ஸோட தோலா இருக்கட்டும் இல்ல பேப்பரா இருக்கட்டும், தயவு செய்து பீச்சை குப்பை செய்ய வேண்டாம். Check-in call going out to the participants of the next heat of the Sprint Nationals Grom 200 meters. Muthu Kumaran N, bib number 40, Shakti K, bib number 37, Bala Rajeshwaran, bib number 48, Karmegam Kanteshwaran, bib number 09, Akash Pujar, bib number 32. Athletes, request you to please check in at the beach marshals area. Athletes, தயவு செய்து beach marshal ஏரியாக்கு ரிப்போர்ட் செய்யவும். Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up will be heat number 2 of the Groms category. This will be the Sprint Nationals Groms 200 meters.
Whew, that was a hectic race. I mean,
Very unfortunate, but like you said, yeah, that's what a race is all about.
did I not tell you that this is the one to look out for?
Yes, absolutely. So much of excitement.
Did not fail to deliver.
There's one person
We do have one
yet to
athlete
finish.
still
Yes.
finishing. We do have a timer cutoff of 3 minutes, but unfortunately her finish will not count. But it's great to see that she's still making sure that she does finish. That's Varuna in bib number 1. Go Varuna, that's the spirit.
Yes, I did.
I don't know if the cameras
Shakti, relax. You have time. Don't waste your energy running up.
I don't know if the cameras are getting this, but this is what it's all about. Looking at young Varuna, the Grom, making sure that she's finishing. We've got her. Looks like her teammates, her senior teammates.
What? That's the 6. That's the. Yeah, it won't count. It won't count on timing, no? Okay. Over. No, if it's just 3 minutes.
Valiant effort there. Let's hear a round of applause for Varuna, guys. Looks like possibly the youngest athlete we have, not giving up. She wants to make sure that she finishes the race.
We might have to ask her to get out.
Yeah. But you hyped it up. But we have 8 minutes, no? 9 minutes.
We have 8 minutes to go for the next heat, so as much as we want to see Varuna finish this race, she only has a couple of minutes to do it. And if not, unfortunately, we'll have to see her leave the water.
So sweet.
Let us just finish here. Let us just go forward and finish. What happened? You made it through.
First time, I think.
That's what matters.
Oh, man, Oscar on fire.
It's not easy.
6 minutes to go to the start of the second heat of the Groms under 16. This will be the last heat before we break for lunch. And we will be coming back.
What is it? Huh? What did I put on? I got excited.
We will be breaking for...
Set some ORS corner. ORS corner.
ORS you want? I'll get you.
There's no ORS corner.
Can you speak to one of the organizers? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Good job, Varuna. Congratulations. Inspiration. And with that, we announce 5 minutes to the start of the next race. Racers to the line. 5 minutes remaining to the start of the race. We do have the official results from the last race, the Sprint National Groms 200 meters, heat number 1. And unfortunately, we had Kuruteshwaran Kalidas, who fell off just before the finish line, who was on track to coming first or second. It was very close, and the rules say that if you don't cross the board, if you don't cross the line, if your nose does not cross the line while you're in complete control, while being on the board, you're disqualified. So
it's very unfortunate
it
indeed.
did not finish for him. But he's young. He's got a lot more years
Absolutely.
to show his talent, and we wish him all the best for the next year's competition. So finishing first was Praveen Pujar, in second was Sabarish T, in third was Anandi Arti, who's also in the women's division, and in fourth was Purnish T. All 4 making it to the finals. Varuna, as we saw, tried very hard, but fortunately could not complete the race, but a valiant effort and really an inspiration to, I hope, to all the young girls looking out there watching this race.
I loved her determination and her grit to finish the race.
Absolutely.
She just didn't give up, and that's something which is a lesson to learn, or a page to take off from her sportsmanship.
Absolutely, and I can't wait to see her next year. It's normally the athletes like this who show they might not be physically trained yet in the particular sport, but she's got the mindset. And that's something that if you have at a young age, you might be in store for greatness.
Just an update, coming up will be the Sprint Nationals, Groms category 200 meters, and paddling for a final spot will be Muthu Kumaran, bib number 40, Shakti K, bib number 37, Bala Rajeshwaran, bib number 48, Karmegam Kanteshwaran, bib number 09, and Akash Pujar, bib number 32.
Kenny is here in the first stage somewhere. What happened? You wanted? Where is Kenny gone?
Kenny went to find some ORS for somebody else.
Thank you for joining us on the first day of the 3rd edition of Palkbay SUP Challenge 2024 under the aegis of Surfing Federation of India, Tamil Nadu Surfing Association, supported by the Sports Development Authority of Tamil Nadu, by TT Group, Yolo, the Residency Towers, Ocean Ambassadors, Quench EV Battery, event hosted by the Quest Academy.
We just heard the race officer say racers ready, which means it's 1 minute to go. We see the green flag up, and he will be counting down the race. The Sprint National Groms 200 meters, heat number 2. This is the last race before we break for lunch, and we will be back for the technical race starting at 2 p.m. So requesting all the athletes to assemble at least 15 minutes before. So we will have a quick briefing of the course again now that the markers are up. More on that just after this race. Waiting to hear the race officer's countdown. My watch says we have 5 to go. And that's the start of the Groms Under 16 heat number 2 of the Sprint Nationals 200 meters. We see a couple of athletes
Yet
falling.
another heat to watch out for, no? Navas?
Absolutely, with a couple of athletes falling early, which could mean some mixed results, some upsets. You can hear all the youngsters cheering on for their friends. I'm sure that's going to be a great motivator for them to make sure they finish. We have one athlete clearly in the lead in the starboard race board. That looks like Akash. Is that Akash Pujar? Yeah, it looks like Akash. And in second in the NSP race board is Muthukumaran. Akash finishing in first. Oof, a little wobble there, but makes it through. Muthukumaran in second. We see the inflatable race boards. Possibly a small disadvantage, but still very good in these conditions. That's Bala Rajeshwaran, I think, showing us how to do a turn as he finishes. That'll come in handy in the technicals if he's part of it. That's the top 3. So now this decides the final spot in the finals, and looks like we have coming through. Just waiting to see the number. That's Karmekam Kanteshwaran, rounding up the top 4 who make it through to the final. Bad luck to Shakti. All the best for your training this year, and we hope to see you again here next year. And that is the first set of heats for this Palkbay SUP Challenge 2024. We will be taking a short break for lunch. The next race will be the Technical Race Nationals 4 kilometer for the men's. Another race to watch out for. We have some very, very strong athletes in that race. That will be starting exactly at 2 p.m., which means we make the announcement for racers to the line at 5 minutes before, which will be at 1:55. I request all the athletes in the technical to please make their presence to the judges area about 15 minutes before the start. So at 1:45 we'll have a run through again of the course. Now that the markers are up, it's easier to explain to those of you who might have missed it. So we'll be back after a short break and see you all at 2 p.m.
Alright. The results will show, man. But I was just going to say, I mean, perfectly clean except for the first heat of the day. What's for lunch? No, just time.
Check. Kind attention all athletes, please be in time for your technical race.
Come at 1:45 for another briefing again of the course.
Request you all to please assemble at 1:45. Athletes, dayavu 1:45 briefing kaga assemble seyyavum. I repeat, all athletes to please assemble, the technical race athletes to please assemble at 1:45 for a briefing. The race will begin at 2. Right now, we are taking a break for lunch. See you all soon.